What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Another episode of the Always Chillin' podcast. Skinny D and the Sandman in the barbershop once again. So I was texting you. I think I want to like basketball a lot more than I do.
It's a good sport to get into.
Yeah, I went to the Husker game yesterday, Ohio State, with my wife, my mom and dad, some cousins with me there.
Whole squad, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of us. Brother couldn't come because he has COVID.
Oh,
It's like the fifth time he's had COVID, dude. He keeps like going on cruises and stuff, and it's like,
oh well, shit, bro. You
Yeah.
gotta kind of just tone it down right now,
you're gonna
man.
get COVID from
Shit's
that.
still
dog.
real in the
You're
field.
gonna get COVID from that. So hopefully he's doing all right, but
Ain't
he
that
didn't.
where it started
He
on
didn't
the
get to
goddamn
come.
cruise
Yeah,
ship?
probably. But he didn't get to come to the basketball game. But it was really fun, man. And they beat the brakes off Ohio State.
They didn't just beat them, man. They
Yeah,
beat 'em.
it's pretty good. It started out like the first 5 minutes or so. I was like, I don't know anything about basketball, but we're playing some bad basketball.
That's what I said. I think old Fred Hoiberg, he finally got some dogs on that squad.
Yeah,
Finally
they played
finally
really.
got some
They played
dogs.
really well. Hoiberg's kid, he's
Little pit bull.
a hustler.
Yeah,
He's got hustle in him.
What do you call that guy on the football team? A utility back?
Hustle player.
Utility guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Coach's son.
He's a gadget player.
Coach's son. I think there was another one, a twin.
Yeah, but he like busted his shit, and he was like holding his head for a long time, and I'm like, fucking voice cracked.
Yeah, said it.
I'm
Yeah,
like-
said it,
I'm like, where's Fred at? Because he's sitting there like for a long time, dude. I'm like, where's Fred? And he's over there like drawing on his whiteboard.
I'm not dad right now, homie.
Yeah, and I was like, man,
I'm coach.
I was like, man, I guess.
We pay motherfuckers to come over here and look
Yeah.
at you,
Yeah.
motherfuckers. Shit, I'm trying to get this dub, motherfucker.
Yeah, and he did, dude. Whatever he drew on that whiteboard, it was like score more points or something.
Get your shit together, son.
Yeah.
I'm trying to coach your game, motherfucker.
Yeah, but his kid, I think he only had he scored like one free throw. I think he had 1 point for the day, but
Hey, man, goes on the scoreboard.
yeah,
Goes on the scoreboard.
yeah, but he had the ball a lot.
Was he a guard?
I don't even
He's
know.
not a big guy.
No, he's
Not even
small.
6 foot.
The whole team's pretty small, man.
Um,
Like, you can kind of tell, but that's why they shoot a lot of threes, I guess.
Yeah, you get that perimeter,
They have
that
the,
quickness. Everybody probably can handle the ball, and
Yeah.
that's even where the NBA is going. They want
Yeah.
all 5 guys to be able to handle the ball. All 5 guys got to be able to make a play.
Well, the dude he drained like 5 or 6 threes in a row. That European guy.
Yeah, and I think they bought him. I think he just joined the team too,
Mhm.
not too long ago.
Yeah, but he's huge. He's like the biggest guy on the team, and I was
6'8",
like,
6'9".
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. Usually,
They call it small ball.
mhm.
You got your
Yeah,
big
big
lineup,
line.
and then you got your small ball lineup. But I'm seeing I don't know if you can call it a trend or if that's just a new wave. But you see, even the NBA, like guys ain't as big anymore. Everybody's skilled. Everybody has, like I said, everybody on the floor has to be able to make a play. I think what's the little Tamanaka?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Can't
think,
say Tommy Naga.
and he in his style of play,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, he might fuck around and get drafted.
He's good, man.
I mean,
He had a couple really good shots last night.
told a kid the other day. I mean, Fred Hoiberg played in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember his college career. I mean, the dude was Steph Curry before Steph Curry.
He played at Nebraska.
Iowa State.
Huh.
He's actually from Lincoln. I remember playing him in freshman year, summer league. I think he played for Pius. I think. And I think his dad was a senator or something. His dad was a
Probably.
politician,
It looks like it.
something. That's where he got the nickname the governor. And I think his dad's career took him to Iowa.
Okay.
So he pretty much grew up in Iowa and played
Makes
at
sense.
Iowa State. And believe it or not, man, Iowa State, man, they were something to deal with in the old Big 12.
I believe it.
They kind of basketball wise, they kind of ran the Big 12.
I believe it.
He played. I think it was injuries. You know what I'm saying? That kind of plagued his NBA career. But like I said, he was Steph before Steph. Like it was draws if he got the ball. I can't remember who. I think it was Minnesota who he last played for. Yeah, I think it was Minnesota. I think he coached for Chicago. I think he took the Bulls even to the playoffs. I think D Wade was even on that squad. I don't think D Wade played a whole lot on that squad. think he was on the end of his career, but he was on that squad.
He did play for
He
Minnesota.
took a
And
mediocre Bulls team to the playoffs.
He looks pretty good for 51, man.
Hey man, check
Honestly.
me out, dog. Check me out, man. That Gen X shit, man.
Yeah, this is his University of Nebraska headshot
Yeah, man.
from just a couple years ago. He
man.
looks good.
Yeah, man. That's that Gen X shit, baby.
Yeah, he played for Minnesota.
Minnesota, yeah.
Nothing crazy. He was. I guess it was. There's only one season on here. I don't know. If
Well,
it's
I guess
stats from this
I'm
season.
saying all that to say this: the NBA pipeline is.
Oh no, he was in the NBA for a while. That was just the one. It was his last season. Was
with
2004,
Minnesota.
2005.
Yeah.
But
The
he,
NBA pipeline is there.
He was with the Pacers from 95 to 2000.
Mm.
And then he was with the Bulls
Yeah.
from 2000 to 2003. Let's see. Let me look at his best season. He had a season where he was putting up 9 points a game, 4 rebounds a game, 3 assists a game.
Ain't bad for a
I mean, that's
white dude.
in the in the NBA, dog. That's
I mean, shit.
That's more
And
than
you know
everybody
how
else.
hard it is to get a deuce in the league.
Mhm.
It's not as easy as you think.
That's pretty good.
It's not easy to get a deuce in college, let alone NBA.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so shit, he had what a good 8-year run in the NBA.
Yeah,
Well, he has relationships with NBA people,
for sure. Yeah.
and these kids know that. That's attractive. Other than the campus and what you got to offer, hey, coach knows D Wade. Coach played in the league. You know what I mean? Those relationships are still there, and these kids know that. They know they can come here, and if they're a dog, he can send the word upstairs
Mm-hmm.
and at least get them a path. I see a couple potential guys. I think he finally got the pieces.
I mean, they look pretty good. They got some good players, man.
His seat is cooled all the way down, I think.
I think so too. Yeah, but beating number 1 team,
And you're beating, and that's the thing. Like he's beating like Michigan States, the Indianas, you know what I mean, and beating them, bro. You're beating basketball schools.
Yeah.
Like when you're like, I used to get nervous playing Michigan State. I used to get nervous as fuck. Indiana, I'm like, oh shit, we about to get our
Listen,
back stomped out. Like we beating these motherfuckers.
Every conference game's tough, man. It's
Big Ten,
I mean, going to Northwestern and winning, that's hard too.
Big Northwestern, Big Ten football, Big Ten basketball, because the Big Ten is the granddaddy of them all.
Every team's tough.
Like
man.
every team is tough,
Ain't
bro.
no easy teams.
There's no easy team, especially Big Ten basketball. Big Ten football is kind of.
Basketball feels a lot more like anybody can beat anybody.
And you can't.
It feels
yeah,
like there's less.
yeah,
There's a
yeah,
lot less
yeah,
parity in basketball.
yeah,
than-
a lot less. 0-12 team can come in and smoke a 12-0 team.
It feels like there's always like a Cinderella run in the tournament. Like I don't know that would go so well in college football.
No.
Like if they did, like with James Madison was like, we're undefeated. You should let us in the playoffs. Like I think if they did let James Madison in the playoffs. It's like getting blown out.
Nah, y'all wouldn't.
Like
Nah.
Cinderella run. Happening.
Calm down. Calm down. Like I can't remember what the name of the guy's podcast is, but he said the top WNBA team against the number 1 high school basketball team in the nation. What do you think? I'm like, damn, that's kind of hard.
It's probably the WNBA team.
I would think.
Probably like easy.
I would think.
Because even on the top high school team, not all those kids are going to go to the NBA.
Not all those kids are going to go to college. Probably 1 in
Right.
7. If we break that down,
Yeah.
what do they say? 1 in a million goes pro. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
probably even more than that. We got to break it down to even high school. I think I just read this the other day, or I might have been watching it. Even 1 in 7 high school kids, D1. I think it was at least. No, I think it was D1, D2, D3, because that was the topic of discussion. Like, even if you make it to D1, D2, D3, in my opinion, you're still a fucking stud.
Yeah.
It's still college ball.
It is.
So WNBA against the number 1 boys high school. I would think them WNBA girls would run them kids out of
I mean,
the
they'd have to. They're better shooters. Like, I don't know.
They actually went through college. They got that coaching.
Well, and they're
Smarter.
They know they'll be running better plays.
I always say, if you want to learn, Like if you want to learn how to play basketball, like really learn how to play basketball, like the fundamentals, crispy passes, get your picks, be in your spots. I always say watch female basketball. You know, because they ain't flying and jumping. You know, like if you got ups in men's basketball, that's it. Like you can't dribble the ball 3 times to get to the basket, but if he can jump, oh fuck it, he's on the squad. Where them girls, you know what I mean, they ain't doing that. So they gotta be crispy with everything. I always said if you want to learn how to play ball, watch them girls play.
Let me look up this gal's name
They just play different.
to give her props. The
And shit, you got Nikki Griner. She's fucking 6'9" too. You know what I mean? What you gonna do? Your tallest kid may be 6'5".
women's college basketball just had their first in-game dunk.
I think did I see that?
It was a lady that plays for South Carolina.
How tall is she?
I'm googling it right now because I want to give her.
If she's under 6'5", she's a bad motherfucker. She's strong.
But all this says there's dunks in. I saw a thing on like. Yeah, here it is.
First
Ashlyn-
female dunk I remember was Tamika Holesclaw, Tennessee
Ashlyn
Tennessee
Watkins.
University. In game, I think she was about 6'4", 6'5". I think she may even.
Maybe it was just in. Oh, it might have just been the first female to dunk in South Carolina history,
Oh, in South Carolina.
not in history ever.
Who was the
The
first
thing-
girl to dunk?
the
Was
thing-
it Tamika Holesclaw?
The
Who
thing
was
that I
it?
saw made it seem like it was the first dunk that has ever happened.
I think the first professional dunk in the NBA, I
NBA.
think it was WNBA, was Lisa Leslie. I could be wrong. I was watching that game, actually. But I think the first female I ever saw dunk in game was a chick by the name of Tamika Holesclaw.
Let's see. First women.
Who was the first female to, like, punch it in game? I feel like I should know this.
Georgianne Wells,
Georgianne Wells. Who she play for?
West Virginia,
What year?
82 to 86.
Really? I was a little dude.
Yep.
Really?
She was the first one to dunk.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, this other one, Ashlyn Watkins. She was the first dunk, I guess, in South Carolina history. Seems less impressive.
Okay.
Yeah, I got misinformed by Instagram.
I mean, chick's been dunking for a minute now.
Yeah.
I mean, South
I don't- I'm not
Carolina
really
history,
sure.
I
I'm not-
guess for South Carolina fans, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not sure. Like I was on Instagram and it was like it was this post like Ashlyn Watkins first dunk. I'm like, okay, cool.
What are they? The Gamecocks? Go Cox.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, but I'm taking the WNBA girls.
Yeah, it says it's a historic dunk. Why is it historic?
What did she dunk on somebody? Shit, I almost got to see this.
She became the first college woman to dunk in a game at Colonial Life Arena in Columbia. So like the first one to dunk in a game at that arena.
You know, like I feel like that's one of them bullshit like announcers gotta say like shit like in 2008 this team was 2-0 in the rain, you know, and it's fucking 2024 now. They're like, motherfucker, that ain't the fucking same team. You just filling in
Seems
air,
totally
motherfucker. Like, what does that
They
mean?
do have
20
like
years later.
the NFL does always have like he's 6-10 when they're trailing at halftime and they're playing in a dome.
Right, man. These are not the same dudes. Ain't none of
Let
these
me-
dudes
let me
the
look at- let
same
me look at-
dudes.
Let me look at some of the most
You just saying shit.
obscure ESPN facts.
Just saying shit.
8 weirdest things.
Nebraska is 6-0 in the snow, dating back to 1970. You know, like, some of these motherfuckers is dead. You talking about, motherfucker? Stupid
let's see.
ass stats.
ESPN's stupidest stats. Obscure didn't do it. Let me see what this is.
I do think we're gonna see Victor Wembanyama score 100 points, though. I think the NBA is gonna be. I think they're setting it up for it to happen. Since a lot of people don't believe Wilt did it, I think this
It's
younger
kinda-
generation.
Kind of hard to. For some reason, this is like a weird topic to find. There's not like a list of obscure stats.
Really,
Let's see.
there's no category for that.
Well, you'd think somebody would have a post. What is the most useless stat to come? Okay, here we go. Oh, well, this isn't even specific. What is the most useless? There we go. Most useless NBA stat we've ever seen. These aren't specific. Dude, I thought for sure there would be like a huge list of like here's all the dumb shit that ESPN's. Here we go. They're posting stuff like first team in NBA history to trail 2-0 in consecutive NBA finals. That's a good stat. That's kind of a good stat though. It's kind of like it sucks for them.
It's kind of stupid though, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of stupid.
Yeah, dude. It's like wait. Like all these posts are about dumb ESPN stats, but they're not.
Matter of fact, check out. I'm gonna go way off topic.
Okay, this one's okay. Jimmy Butler is the first player to outscore, out-rebound, and out-assist LeBron James in a finals game, including LeBron James' teammates.
That's confusing.
Yeah,
Shit.
that one's like I don't even understand what.
Like he's supposed to outscore the bench, or like he's supposed to outscore everybody but LeBron. Like
Right.
that's
Yeah.
LeBron, and you're
Yeah.
the star of that team.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think we can figure that out, homie. The fuck? That's confusing right there.
yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, let me go way off topic. While you're on the keys over there, look
Yeah,
up
do that.
Pakistan and India's border dance, and tell me if that ain't some dope ass shit.
Border dance.
That's why I was talking about borders earlier. I think we should do this with Mexico and Canada.
I'm gonna have to describe it to you.
It's Pakistan and
listeners,
India's border dance.
All right, so far,
See how they doing them kicks and shit.
I actually might not describe it.
You watching it? You see it?
I don't know how to go about. I don't know how to go about describing.
Is that not some fly shit, dog?
Yeah. Well, I haven't even gotten to the dance part. I'm just like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. You know, I don't want to describe people and be insensitive about like,
Well, if
something they're wearing or something.
if you're talking about the porn stashes,
No, I'm not
it's
talking about-
required. Both their militaries are required to wear mustaches.
Like they're wearing these like hats, and I don't want to like make fun of the hats and have it be some like
What do we call it?
super duper important
Headdress.
hat.
You got these fancy headdresses.
And they just like here you watch too. They just like do it at each other.
Yeah.
This is like,
yeah.
what's the point of this? I wonder. We'll look it up after this. That'll be easier than finding a dumb
Uh,
stat. But I
uh,
swear, dude, every time I'm watching football, they talk about like when it's raining, he loses this many games as opposed to when he's not raining, or like when they have two running backs with 50 yards each and one receiver with 100 yards, they win 90%
That's a
of the
lot of
time.
yards, y'all.
Well,
You better
right.
fucking
Well,
win.
yeah.
That's a lot of yards.
Like
bro.
I don't know why it's so hard to find any examples of them on Google,
Why-
but I
how'd you
swear,
lose? How'd
like
you
I
lose?
swear, there's always like
You had two running
there's
backs.
always a bunch of weird fucking stats. And then they open the gate and everything. I thought the gate was gonna stay closed. It was like
No, man,
they open the gate. They
They
like
go shake.
the fuck
shake
is the point of
hands.
this? It's like a ceremonial thing.
To
Probably. It's
keep
just like
the countries. At
it's just like
peace.
tradition at this
Like,
time.
I'm cool with you, dog. You cool with me.
So if they don't do it, it's like
Just one day, just don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
they do this every day.
Every day,
No,
every day, bro.
I'm gonna Google this.
They lower the flags at the
But
same
I'm
time.
gonna Google why
and
they.
shit.
Oh, it's like the flag raising and shit. I see.
Close the gate. Bam, bam. Oh, I didn't have the music in my video. I didn't.
Every fucking
Every day, bro.
dude. Let's check it out. Get out here, Fred
Do
Hoiberg.
that shit. Do that shit with Mexico.
India. Dance.
Canada seems kind of boring, though. Like they know how to dance up there.
Okay, hopefully it'll tell me how to pronounce this. It doesn't. It's called the Atari Waga border ceremony.
Atari Waka.
It's the lowering of the flag ceremony. It's called the
How,
Atari Waga.
does it say how long they've been doing it?
Okay. Oh, okay. Probably, but so Atari is the name of the village in India that this is happening in,
Okay.
and then Wagah is the village
Okay.
in
I get it.
Pakistan. So it's the Atari Wagah.
Kind of like the
Dance.
Mexicali thing.
Yeah, yeah. So it's at the Atari Wagah border. They've been doing it since 1959. It's an elaborate and rapid dance-like maneuver, raising your legs as high as possible. It's been described as colorful. That's a good way. I should have said colorful. That would have been a good way to
That'd
describe
have been
it.
a dope word. The
Um,
exact word.
yeah, it's a symbol of the two countries' rivalry and a display of brotherhood and cooperation. So it's like we respect you, but
I could
you don't
fuck
try us either.
I could fuck
Yeah.
you up.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So it takes place at the Atari Wagah border, which is part of the Grand Trunk Road, which is one of Asia's oldest and longest major roads. It's been around for 2,500 years.
Damn.
Yeah. So it's like an old.
That road they was on right there.
Yeah, so it's like an old like Silk Road type
Okay.
situation. Like it's an old trade route that they've been like fucking
That
riding
explains
horses on
why
and
they
shit
chose
for
that street.
2,000 years. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. Prior to some other road, it was the only road link between. It was the only road that linked Pakistan and India up until 1999.
Damn, that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. So if you wanted to go from India to Pakistan or Pakistan to India, you had to go through that gate.
And ain't nothing happening.
So that's why it's a big deal. That's why that gate's such a big deal, I
Get
guess.
kicked in your face.
Ceremony starts every evening immediately before sunset with a blustering parade by soldiers on both sides and ends with the perfectly coordinated lowering of the two nations' flags. One infantryman stands on attention at each side of the gate. As the sun sets, the iron gates are opened and the border are opened and the two flags are lowered simultaneously. The flags are then folded and the ceremony ends with a retreat that involves a brusque handshake between soldiers from either side. And then they close the gates. It's a big like spectacle thing, so that's why everybody's there watching.
Holla
It's
at you tomorrow.
It's like tourists and shit sit there and watch.
Oh, okay.
And people who live there that just like to watch. I guess they're just like, you want to go watch the dance today? Like, yeah, fuck it.
Every day.
I don't got nothing going on. In 2010, they decided that the aggressive theatrics should be toned down a little bit. I guess it used to be more aggressive.
Whoa.
And the soldiers are specially appointed and trained for this.
What it used to look like. Damn.
Oh, and they also have a. Oh, Ooh, this is gonna take a turn, dude. They also have a beard and mustache policy,
I did.
for which I guess they get paid more because they're like, you have to have your beard and mustache like that. Sorry, and then they get more money.
Gotta have that Burt Reynolds.
So now we're gonna talk about the 2014 suicide attack at the Atari Wagah border.
There?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So on November 2nd, 2014, approximately 60 people were killed. 110 people were injured on the Pakistan side of the border. 18 to 20-year-old guy detonated an explosive vest right after the dance ceremony ended. So there was a lot of people there.
Damn, I don't remember hearing about that.
I mean, either. So, and that was 4 years after they said, let's tone down the aggressive stuff. And then in 2016, I guess there was an India-Pakistan military confrontation on 29 September 2016. Let me hover over this real quick. So September 2016, teams of the Indian Army commandos crossed into Pakistani territory to attack targets up to a kilometer within Pakistan.
So it seems like it was more important to keep the dance and the ceremony going because they was squashing shit like fast. Like, hey, man.
Yeah. I guess.
Hey,
well,
man.
I mean, I get they were probably doing the dance every day this whole time.
We got to calm this shit down, dog, so we can get back to the party.
Yeah, it's tense as fuck. So in 2016, after all that happened, the border closing ceremony continued. But on the Indian side, they didn't let people come watch anymore.
Huh.
just in case some shit went down, you know.
Well, shit, they cool again.
So there we go.
Right on. I guess
That's why they do that.
that's why they do it.
I wonder if there's any other things. Let's do like weird border.
Do that shit with Mexico.
Let's look at some border stuff. We've been talking about borders.
You used to be able to walk to fucking Russia and shit. Shit, as cold as it's been, shit, you probably walk to that motherfucker right now.
Border irregularities.
Oh, that shit gotta be
of the
frozen up
United
there.
States. This is what you were talking about earlier, the northwest angle. I found it,
northwest
man.
angle. Yeah,
Found
northwest
it,
angle.
dude.
Does it
check
dip
it out.
up or does it dip down?
I
think I had it wrong.
We don't know yet. Okay. Northwest angle, known as the angle by locals. It's a peen esclave.
What? We in Canada.
P-
we on the Canada side, dog. You reading Canadian shit.
PENE-EXCLAVE.
I think that
It's like a penne exclave or something.
I think that is that fucking French?
So it's a territory that's entirely surrounded by the territory of another entity or state.
Huh?
Can happen in water too. So let's see. This is really like
It's a territory
this is
that can be
really-
surrounded by another territory.
Yeah. So here I'm gonna show you a
Mm,
map.
that's deep,
maybe?
dog. That's deep.
Yeah. Well, it's just a piece of land that's owned by another like territory
That's in another
inside
territory.
of. So kind of like the Vatican, you know?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because Vatican's like its own country, but it's inside of another country.
Fucking Carter Lake, Iowa. Fucking lakes in Omaha, but they call it Carter Lake, Iowa. Same thing.
Omaha Airport, also in Iowa.
Iowa. Fucking Iowa.
Every time I drive to the airport and I see the "Welcome to Iowa" sign, I'm like, did I fuck up?
Yeah.
Like I thought I was going to Omaha.
I don't know what the fuck.
That's a whole thing.
Another fucking.
That's a whole
thing.
I don't know. It's like a little piece of. It's a piece of Minnesota that's like in Canada.
So it dips up.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think it dips. I think it's like totally detached, and it's just part of Minnesota for some reason. Like, you can see here.
Oh, there's water.
This is the
It's
northwest.
like,
This is the northwest angle right here, and this is Minnesota down here
How in the fuck?
or something. So it's like
Huh.
this up here is the United States. That's why it's an exclave or whatever, because this is all Canada, but the United States part jumps up in there.
Yeah, somebody fucked up.
Yeah,
there.
so it's a piece of the Canada border that just goes.
yeah, somebody fucked
Let's
up.
see. How were the Canada and U.S. borders decided?
Two dudes, three dudes just walking, mapping shit out.
This stuff is also boring. This isn't a good podcast this week, dude. This is such boring. The Webster-Ashburton Treaty of 1842.
1842.
Yeah,
motherfuckers just started walking.
The treaty awarded the United States 7/12 of the disputed territory in Maine and New Brunswick,
What the fuck does that mean?
and adjusted the. So what it was a bunch of dudes in a room that were like they were like, we want all of this, and they were like, well, we want all of this, and then they were like, well, how about we give you 7/12 of this? So they figured out how much land there was, and then they figured out 7/12 of the land, and then that's why Maine is like shaped like that, because it's 7/12 of that land, and that's why it has to be all fucking weird shaped. That way it's 7/12 of it, and then Canada has the other 5/12 of the land
Cool.
for that
cool.
territory.
Yeah, I probably won't be up there, so.
Yeah,
Probably
probably not.
I ain't going up there,
No.
so.
So that's how they decided borders, I guess. If anybody wanted to know how they decide borders.
Bunch of imaginary fucking lines
Yeah, that's all.
that don't mean shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. United States or whatever. America is fucking pretty much all Mexico at one time. It was all Mexico.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking Nebraska
good
was
chunk of it,
all the
yeah.
way up to what fucking Montana at one
Mhm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew what the fuck was on the other side of the mountains. Till what?
That's weird, dude. It's probably so hard for them to get anything done. Like I think about how hard it is to get stuff done now, to get people into a room and like figure shit out and talk about it. Like how hard had it have been to figure out how much land 7/12 of, like, somebody did have to go walk it.
Yeah, yeah. Or a horse,
100%. Somebody
a
had to go,
mule.
like somebody had to go out there and figure out how
You
much,
gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go.
figure out how much land it was.
And it might have took your ass a year, 2
Like,
years.
Like now it could be like two dudes in a laptop and they get on Google Earth and then they just draw out the outline of it and figure out how much land it is.
How-
they
how-
wouldn't even have to go out there now.
I wonder how long it would take you to get even from Lincoln to Omaha on horseback.
I don't know. Let's see. How fast can horses?
It's what, a
travel
hour
extended-
drive?
Yeah, let's see.
What is 50 miles on horseback? How long?
So
A week?
the average horse,
3 days?
the average horse can travel 25 to 40 miles in one day. So it'd probably take it
A day?
A
Half
day.
a day? Day?
because Omaha's more than 40 miles away though.
50?
Far from, let's get the number. 59 miles.
59 miles?
So it would take like a day and a half.
Day and a half on horseback?
And you're working that thing because that was like the top end of the speed.
Right. That's a good horse.
Yeah.
You got a stag.
Yeah. This says that like really like specially trained endurance horses can go, this is now.
Yeah.
Can go, so I don't know if they had like specially trained endurance horses
Uh,
to the level, cuz now they're probably like measuring the horse's macro, like giving the horses like a certain amount of
certain
carbs
feed
and a certain amount of fat, and they're probably
Oh,
getting, because
shit.
have you seen work horses that are like
Yeah, the
big,
motherfuckers
huge
is swole.
fucking things. Anyway, I doubt horses look like that because people were way smaller, so like everything was probably way
I would
smaller.
imagine they had, for your guys that go out and hunt, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. For the natives, they probably, for their braves to go out and hunt. I would assume they had special horses for that.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. But I'm sure they had specialized horses, but I don't know if they're like quite as good as
Right.
a specialized horse would be now. But anyways, this thing says that like a super specialized horse could go 100 miles a day for up to 3 days.
Shit.
Yeah, so
What kind of horse is
thing's
that?
flying. But a
Is
normal,
that the
a normal
Pony
horse.
Express motherfucking horse?
yeah, maybe like
Shit.
a normal horse, 25 to 40 miles in one day.
Okay, so we talking Canadian fucking border
How long, dude?
from fucking Maine to Vancouver. I don't know how many miles that is, but yeah, that you gone. You out of there. Yeah. Motherfuckers might have forgot about you and what you even doing before you get back with the information that you just gained.
This here says it took about, if in like a wagon with a like Oregon Trail type shit.
Right.
It took about a month to get all the way across Nebraska. That's just Nebraska.
7-hour drive fucked me up, man. Let alone a goddamn month. Shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
A month.
Uh-huh.
Motherfuckers.
I mean, no wonder people got like to this spot and they were like, "Fuck it,
I'm staying here.
like, yeah,
I'm done. I ain't
let's put up,
traveling
let's
no
put
more."
up a couple towns."
Pretty much how. Yeah. Pretty much how.
Well, yeah, because
yeah,
like, people
yeah.
need food and shit on the way, so
Got
I
tired
mean,
of being
makes sense.
vagabonds and
People need a horizontal refreshment.
horizontal. I gotta put that sign up on the
Call
wall.
back to the.
I'm trying to figure out how to blow that sign up. Lincoln, 25 miles, horizontal refreshment.
Yeah.
Took me like 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks. Like, I'm Googling this shit. Like, what the fuck? Are they drinking laying down? Nah. You can come here and get some horizontal refreshment.
Mhm.
Wrap your mind around it.
Let's see. Yeah, so I guess it took like 3 to 4 months to do the whole, like to get from Nebraska all the way to California. So if you were coming from like Virginia or something, it's probably like a whole fucking year, dude. Because in the winter, like,
Yeah,
Those-
I'm just gonna say the elements,
Yeah,
storms. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, and you gotta cross rivers and
Wasn't
stuff.
no
and then-
shelter.
I mean, we all know what happens on the Oregon Trail, dude. Like your ox drowns when you try to cross the river,
Played it.
shit like that.
Do good enough in math class, you can go play Oregon Trail
Yeah,
or number crunchers.
yeah, but that's real shit, dude. And we're sitting there on this little shitty computer, like your ox drowned, blah, but it's like that was actually like the worst day of somebody's life, dude.
Ox drown.
Like he's like, my fucking ox, no. He's sitting there on the shore watching his ox drown.
Then with some hardcore, then Them was some hardcore motherfuckers back then, though, Doc. You had to be a hardcore motherfucker. I don't know if they knew they were hardcore motherfuckers.
I think just everybody was pretty tough.
Everybody, you had to
It was
be
just
pretty
tough
tough.
times, man. Like you didn't get to like now. You really could just never leave your. Like I don't have to leave my house for shit. I can
Nothing.
get food delivered. I can get groceries delivered. I can get my deodorant delivered. I can like everything I need. I can get delivered.
They say put the women and children to bed and go hunting for food.
Yeah.
That was fucking literal.
Yeah, like I
Literal.
get my toilet paper delivered. I have toilet paper, dude. Like I can pay all my bills on. Like I don't gotta leave the house for shit. I could do my job from home if they would let me do that every day.
Damn.
Like I literally could just
Yeah, we didn't
never
came a long
leave
way.
the house
We
again.
done came a long
And these motherfuckers are like, well, time to go fucking 6 months across the country to go to California.
eating squirrel and goddamn
Yeah.
dove.
Like
and,
hopefully we got enough food. Hopefully none of you die. Like I don't.
and yeah, then there's that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might leave with 6 motherfuckers and get there with just you.
Yeah, now it's like oh fuck, I gotta drive 14 hours. That fucking sucks. But back then, dude, it was like we might not make it. Like some of us might not even be here.
None of us.
Yeah, none of us.
God,
Some of
dog.
us might have to eat the other ones.
Ooh. And Nebraska's still fucking pretty wide open now, today
Yeah.
in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
You imagine what the fuck? What they call this? A lot of this always used to bother me when people talk about the Wild Wild West. You know, like the Wild Wild West wasn't California. The Wild Wild West was the Midwest because, like I
Yeah.
said, they didn't know what was on the other side of the mountains yet.
Mhm.
The West Coast was still very lowly populated. This was the Wild Wild West. Where they said they were sending kids to fucking school and shit with weapons because of the animals and shit would attack their kids and shit. I'm like, what the fuck kind of animals were in Nebraska back then?
Dang, this is a good fact. These facts are kind of boring, but this one, there's a guy who did the Oregon. Well, he didn't do the Oregon Trail. Like he crossed the country he did the Oregon Trail.
Like to like today?
No. Like when he was a kid, he did the Oregon Trail. Like
Okay.
the actual covered wagon. Like I'm doing this. And then when there was railroads, he crossed the country by train. And then cars were invented, and he did it in a car. And then he did it in an airplane.
Damn.
Yeah. This guy, he's from Ohio. His name's Ezra Meeker.
How old he
Ain't
lived
that
to
meek,
be?
dude? Let's see. He made the trek a half dozen times using every available means of conveyance.
That's a bad motherfucker.
In 1906. What? I'm trying to do the math here. He was 1906. He was 76 in 1906.
Damn.
Okay, so I'll just read it. The unusual odyssey began in 1906 when the 76-year-old jumped behind the reins of a covered wagon and retraced
Yeah,
the
he
steps.
would have been still old enough.
Retraced the steps of his original pioneer journey from 54 years before. So
Damn.
when he was 22, he did it.
Damn.
Meeker was concerned that the legacy of the Oregon Trail is being forgotten, so he made frequent stops to give lectures on its history and install homemade Meeker
shit.
markers. So this is
I gotta look this guy up.
he did the Oregon Trail 54 years before this, and then
Went and
when
did
he
it
was
again.
76, he was like, people don't remember this shit, so he did it again, and he stopped on the way and gave people history lessons about it and set up these landmarks.
That's a bad motherfucker, man.
The
How
trip,
did he do it? Did he do it on a wag? Did he do it
Yeah.
the same way?
Yeah,
Holy
wagon.
shit.
the trip made him a national celebrity. Crowds gathered to mark his arrival in major cities, and he eventually piloted his wagon all the way to Washington D.C. for a meeting with President Theodore Roosevelt.
Damn.
And to be a celebrity then, like there was no TV.
Yeah. Damn.
So for people to be showing up where you're just because you're coming, like that, I don't even know how they know when you're coming. Like people are like,
Yeah, 54 years later. Hey,
People are
that's long
dying.
enough for some people to forget about some shit. Damn.
he did this a bunch of times, by the way.
He kept doing it.
He went on to journey the Oregon Trail several more times by wagon, train, and automobile. His final crossing came at age 94 when he made the trip in a biplane, flown by famed pilot Oakley Kelly.
Famed pilot.
Yeah, I never heard of Oakley Kelly, but
Pilots got
This is-
trading cards. And
this is a
shit.
bad dude, man.
That's a bad motherfucker right there.
He's like, I'm fucking bored, and you guys don't know what it used to be like. He's like,
Damn.
you 1906 whippersnappers. So you don't understand what it was like in 1854.
Damn. That's a bad motherfucker. I gotta look this guy up, man.
Is what he looked like.
Exactly what I thought. Exactly what I thought.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, man. And there are spots where I guess you can still see like wheel ruts and shit. Which, I mean, that'd be cool, but I'm not gonna go. I ain't gonna drive out there. I'm not gonna drive out wherever it's at.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
Yeah, it's just ruts in the ground. It's okay. Yeah, the
I mean,
Oregon Trails.
Some of them trails. I mean, it ain't like they took a road or a conventional way. A lot
Mhm.
of that shit probably
No, they're just
still.
fucking-
I mean,
there's probably still some busted down ass wagons and shit out there. Let's see. I'm gonna Google-
some fucking
we
bones.
still got a few minutes. I'm gonna Google Oregon Trail
fucking
ruins.
makeshift fucking graves, and you know what I mean, unmarked graves. You know what I mean. There's probably all kinds of shit still out there.
I guess not. Yeah, like I figured there would still be like fucking busted ass wagon wheels and shit laying around or something.
I feel like even just our state, Nebraska, and I could be wrong, but I don't think man's laid eyes on every nook and cranny, every spot in this. Just our
There's
state.
there's just like ruts through the mud and shit still, like that.
Where's that?
That's I don't know, Oregon Trail somewhere.
Yeah, I'm cool. Ain't shit out there.
And then this is just like, there's no grass growing right there. Yeah.
We saw it right there.
How many bodies are?
So
Okay.
I tell everybody on YouTube when they take their vacation pictures, I like all y'all shit, dog. I feel like I went with you. I be telling motherfuckers like I'm car sick, just watching y'all.
So you want me to post stuff next time I go?
Yeah,
That's what you're
man.
saying?
Yeah,
Okay,
so we can
okay,
go.
okay.
I'm good with
I
you.
got you. The Oregon Trail is the nation's longest graveyard. Over a 25-year span, about 65,000 people died on the Oregon Trail. If you evenly spaced all of the bodies, there would be a grave every 50 yards from Missouri to Oregon.
Wow. I
Damn.
guess you paranormal people, there's a honey spot for
Shoo.
you.
yeah.
There's a honey spot for you.
Typhoid fever mostly. But another big cause was falling off the wagon and getting run over.
Word.
That killed people a lot too.
Damn,
Yeah.
well, shit. How high were these wagons?
I mean, really high, dude.
Shit.
They're tall, dude. And
I don't know
the
if I've
wheels
ever
are
seen
the wheels are fucking huge.
I don't know if I've ever seen like a real
Yeah, it's
wagon. I
like
think
a big ass.
maybe they have. Okay. Yeah, that'll
Yeah,
kill you.
and it's
Yeah,
getting
that'll
pulled
kill you.
by
horses, 3 to
yeah,
4 horses.
getting pulled by a shit ton of horses or ox or something.
Yeah, that'll kill you. Yeah, it'll fuck you up.
Well, and they were usually in like a wagon trains. There was a bunch of them. So like if you fell, you got run over by the one behind you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that's fucked up way to go.
This is an FAQ about Oregon Trail wagons. Let's see.
How much was a wagon? 2 bits.
Yeah, how much? Oregon.
What's top of the line wagon?
How much did Oregon
Or
Trail
did you
wagon
just have to
cost?
build your shit?
Okay. It's estimated that it would cost about $1,000, like the trip, the whole thing. $1,000 worth of supplies and stuff, which back then was
A lot of bread back then.
quite a lot of money. Yeah. A low end wagon probably cost between $25 and $30, and a larger wagon could be about $400.
That's bread.
So the ones we were looking at were like probably $400.
Yeah, that's bread. The one that
Let's see. Let's do 1,400 USD in 18.
oh, you getting a wagon now, man. I feel like this motherfucker just about to fall all apart.
Ooh. So $1,400 in I just typed in 1,800 ish. So $1,400 in 1,800 ish is about $35,000 today.
Damn.
Yeah, and I mean I don't got 35. If someone was like, "You got to move and you need $35,000,"
What kind of car cost
I'd be like,
35
sorry.
grand?
I don't know, a Toyota, nice little Toyota.
Kia.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that's a Kia. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I feel like I can get to Oregon in a Kia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
cool.
you
Yeah.
need that you just spend it all in the car. You need gas and food.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Shit,
You gotta feed the
too.
horses and shit, huh? Damn.
Well, I mean, in the Kia, it only takes a
This is
couple
a,
days.
maybe a used Kia.
Yeah, you gotta
I
get a
for-
used Kia, so you got enough money. Because I'd want to stay at a hotel. I'd want to like crash overnight at least once. I can't do that drive one shot anymore. Probably.
We don't need no air conditioning. Roll the windows down. We gonna need the heat the closer we get. Yeah, we can make it in a used Kia. 35 grand. Yeah, we good. No. 20 for that. Let me get the change.
Let's see.
God damn.
This article is called "Messed Up Things That Actually Happened on the Oregon Trail."
What we doing when we get to the mountains though? Hell no.
Yeah.
That's fucked up in a car, man, let alone fucking
Uh,
horses and shit.
let's do. Let's learn about milk sickness real quick, and then we'll get out of here.
Milk sickness.
Yeah, this is. I'm scrolling.
Let's
This
talk
article's
about that.
this article's called "Messed Up Things That Actually Happened on the Oregon Trail," and I had to scroll to like the 11th thing before I found one that wasn't like really really bad.
There's worse than
And
this.
I mean, and for all I know, this could be pretty bad. I don't know what milk.
It's worse than milk sickness.
Like I don't know what
Shit.
I don't know what milk sickness is.
The coyotes dragging fucking
Uh,
kids off and shit.
Oh no. Oh, this is. I have to. I said I would.
Let's go, dog. Let's go.
All right. So milk sickness was like. So like you're a mom on the Oregon Trail and you're breastfeeding,
Okay.
and so you got like, it's the 1800s, so you're popping out kids like crazy, right? So you got 3 kids that are under 3. You're like back to back to back. So you're breastfeeding a couple kids, and then you die. But your kids need milk.
Okay.
So then another breastfeeding mom just starts breastfeeding your kids so that they don't die. But then I guess it's because they were drinking like milk that wasn't their mom's, and it was making them sick. And then the babies would die anyway. Is the milk why they called it milk sickness? So this guy, his name's Brian Altonen. He's a medical science and public health expert. Checked out. There was a disease like just killing kids, I guess, and they were like it wasn't contagious, and they couldn't figure out what was happening. There was a girl named Susanna who died a month after her mother died. Her disease wasn't contagious, but they didn't know it wasn't contagious. So they were all freaked the fuck out about the sick kid.
Right.
So her mom died, and then the Susanna, the kid, was passed into the care of a new mother breastfeeding her own child. Oh, you're gonna like this better. So it wasn't even this dude found out that it wasn't a breast milk thing. It was sometimes the caregivers would opt to give the baby cow's milk instead of breastfeeding.
Oh.
Yeah. But the cattle around there were grazing on stuff like poison ivy and snake root, and they were making really bitter milk. And it was actually making kids sick.
Interesting. I like that twist.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, like, especially over COVID,
This thing was
like a lot of women were selling their breast milk. And that shit's expensive. Like you got an ounce of breast milk, dog. You in the game.
Yeah, so it wasn't a breast milk thing. The first part of this article.
It was the cow's.
The first part of this article made it sound like it was gonna be the breast
and
milk.
they're probably
This actually kind of
right.
was.
I'm like, what?
This actually was kind of a nice twist in this article because all it said was,
yeah, I like that twist.
babies would be passed into the care of another nursing mother, which didn't always end well. Is what it said.
Yeah,
And then it starts,
clickbait.
and then
Like
it
a
starts talking.
clickbait thing.
It starts talking about the breast milk for a while, and then it's like, but it was fucking cow milk.
Yeah, I'm I'm assuming they were just fucking drinking it right out of the cow, like probably milking it.
Yeah,
in
it
a
probably
bucket
it
and
probably
just
wasn't
fucking
pasteurized
drinking
and
it.
stuff. And then like the cow, it was just like the cows they were bringing with them. So these cows
Right.
were like worn down and beat to shit, and they
Right.
were just eating
Not
like
producing.
they were eating weeds and stuff on the side of the road. So
But still, another
Milk-
reason to
milk
not drink
sickness.
cow's milk.
Yeah, you could get milk sick from it.
I completely understand.
You could get. I haven't really drank milk in a long time.
No.
I've been doing almond milk for a while.
Yeah, it's. I could. we
Milk
need.
is
This
just
is a
like-
whole nother show, but man.
Yeah, the milk is. It's like so hard to like. You open it to be like, I wonder if this is good or not, and you're like,
no, never know.
you're like, I kind of can't tell. And then I just kind of don't like it.
Yeah, you don't know. Growing up in Lincoln, over on like between 21st and really 20th, to probably about 23rd Street, it was called the Metal Gold Building. And the smell of this fucking shit. Anybody that grew up in Lincoln, Nebraska in the 60s, 70s, and the 80s in this part of town, like it would knock you out. Like if you drove by there, you had to walk by a school and shit. Like you would try to hold your breath.
I like it with cereal though.
Almond milk or cow's
Real milk.
Real milk, really?
Yeah, every once in a while, because I'll do cereal with almond milk and it's fine. But every once in a while, I'll get a little thing of real milk and it's like a.
I hated milk as a
cereal's
kid.
like really, it's really good with
as
real
a
milk.
kid. I hated milk as a kid. I would always have to put ice in it to thin it out. I mean, it didn't help that my parents always bought vitamin D milk, which was like had a fucking texture to it anyway. Like it was like thicker. So I would always have to put ice in my milk. Even when I would eat milk and cookies or something, I would have to put ice in my milk, dipping my cookies in between the ice cubes and shit. But I do that with my almond milk too. But yeah, it's been a while.
I
But
put ice cubes in orange juice.
the Sunny D I used to
Sunny D, yeah.
because it was so thick.
Sunny
But
D,
no, man.
But not orange juice.
I can drink orange juice warm,
Yeah.
cold, in
Yeah.
between.
I think putting
It's
I
orange
think putting ice
juice.
cubes in orange juice is weird.
It's orange juice.
Mhm.
My parents, when my parents owned a bar, there was this lady. I won't say her name, but she was she's probably long gone by now, but she was, that regular bar fly. And she had that voice. Put some ice in my beer, kid. She would sit at that corner. Nobody would take that fucking corner seat. She would sit on
Ice
the
in
little
my
gambling
beer.
machine, man, and she drank her beer out of flute glasses. She wouldn't take a regular beer glass. She had to have like a wine glass or something to drink her beer out and put a few ice cubes in her beer. She would drink her beer with ice. Put some ice in my beer, kid. If I happen to be walking by or something.
Ice and beer.
Yeah, man.
She probably drank it fast though.
Yeah.
Probably didn't get watered
she was,
down.
she was pretty regular. She was
Yeah.
regular. She knew what she was doing. I think, matter of fact, like old school motherfuckers like used to drink like Pepto Bismol or milk. While we're on the subject of milk, and what was the other one? KO Pectate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they would. I don't know if the shit is real or not, and I always was like, yeah, right, whatever. You're just gonna be throwing up pink shit. They said it would coat their stomach.
Sounds gross.
So when they would go drink at night, you know what I mean, it would coat their stomach and they wouldn't, get as drunk or as drunk as fast or whatever. I always thought it was.
Isn't that the
bullshit.
point though?
Yeah, to get drunk.
Like,
Or water.
I want to get drunk cheaper.
I would see a lot of the old heads back in the day. They would drink water with their whiskey or with their cognac or something, so to keep them from getting as drunk, I guess. And I'm like, well, you're paying for a whole drink and you're only drinking like half of it. Kind of
Seems weird.
Yeah, it seems weird to me.
Like,
But
why do I want to spend more money?
yeah, it was some old head shit. I never
Get drunk,
believed
like-
it. Maybe the water thing. I don't know. I tried that. I never tried the Pepto Bismol or the KO or none of that bullshit. But I did. I was doing the water thing for a while. Like when I would go to the bar or something back in my day or something, I would get like, let me get a Hennessy straight, no rocks, and a water on the side.
Yeah, that's
I don't
just
know.
a good idea.
I don't know if I thought I was being cool.
Yeah, because when you're hungover, half of it is just you're dehydrated.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So
I was
that's
doing
that's
that
just
for
a good
while.
idea. You're just supposed to have a couple glasses of water every once in a while.
I was chasing cognac with water though.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's better than not.
Worked out for me.
Yeah,
I
fine.
think it worked out
Look
for
at,
me.
look at each now, man. It's good. All right. Anyways, Thanks for listening. Have a good week. Check us out on our socials, Instagram, X, whatever. Email us, alwayschillinpodcast@gmail.com. We might check that sometimes. And, yeah, tell your friends about us. Tell them to listen. Tell them to check us out. We're just a little tiny podcast that needs your help to grow.
That's it. Organic growth, baby.
Because that's the only way we're going to do it, is you tell your friends, and then they listen to us. That's it. Anyways, think about telling your friends. Have a great week. Goodbye.